didn't want I didn't want to do this. So let's do this. Ah, yeah, let's do that. I'm not looking the part right now. Yeah, I'm not looking, so. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the National Boards of Comments on I'm a Rasta for Life, where we will highlight one's comments just to, make sure we get things right. That's coming out of one's mouth. Now, because we are, hearing about creating your own content, now it's the time to practice creating your own content, because the people are going after people who are trying to use their content. All right, they're getting very vicious out there. So let's talk about the wonderful sisterhood that we have here on social media amongst us West Indians. Is there a sisterhood? Because what I'm seeing amongst us on social media is a tearing down of the sisterhood, because it only applies to certain ones. Now, I'm a small platform. I'm so small you can hardly see me, right? And you have these other platforms that are very big. Now, when you go on the analytics, you see that there's a lot of women who are involved in what we do on social media. The woman dominates. Now, on YouTube's analytics, I have a majority of women who are viewing my content. Okay. Now, we're creating content now, original content. But what are you going to create your content on? Are you going to now begin to observe human behavior? Because you can observe human behavior and use it as content. You don't have to use someone's content in order to create content. When you're on social media, you can observe human behavior and talk about human behavior, because human behavior changes amongst us. Good? Okay. So, amongst our woman population on social media, the only thing I observe amongst the Jamaican culture, when you go to other cultures, you see the same thing. Don't get me wrong. You do, because I go out there to other cultures. But you don't see this behavior of tearing down. Now, for example, let's use Jamaica and let's use the US of A, because I live in the US of A. Very big US of A. You have various sectors of people that live here in the US of A. You have hardworking people, you got rich people, you got homeless people, you got average people, you have middle class people, you have all types of people that live in the US of A. Now, let's go to our wonderful land of Jamaica, right? Where you also have a class of people in Jamaica. You have the rich and the poor. There's no in between. I don't think there is. I don't think so. I believe there's a working class people. Yeah, there's a working class people, and then you have the poor people. Now, when you deal with social studies, where you deal with people and you observe people, and then you go into the psychology of people, it's fascinating. Because a class of people who are, let's say, less educated, dealing with a class of people who, who are very educated, it's very hard for that class of people to fool the educated class of people. Now, if you notice with the Jamaican behavior amongst women, it's very abrupt. Now, when I heard a conversation being done on live, let's just say Jamaica versus US of A. And the commentary is that Americans, okay, Jamaican Americans who live here have no sense. Because they're living here doing all kind of nonsense. And they're not uplifting themselves the way they should. So we in Jamaica, we're doing what we have to do where we can uplift ourselves. And you in foreign, who's been there for years and years and years and years and years, you ain't shit. Just to put it in a looser term. Now, if most of what you're doing in Jamaica is geared towards the people in foreign, and the people in foreign are now supporting you or have been supporting you for so long, I find it strange that now you in Jamaica are telling people in big foreign that they must go take several seats because we in big foreign, we ain't shit. When you hear that, you have to remember that those words and comments are only to the people who have made donations. And because those people have made donations, these are the people who are now going to be attacked. Because in Jamaica, they don't business about what you want to do with ones in foreign as long as you're not doing it to them in Jamaica. So whatever that you're doing it to the foreigners. That gives you the big platform to say what you're saying now, because most of the attacks are coming from the people of foreign. So these same people who will bring you up, up, will be the same people who will bring you down, 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 down. And you can see it because now I'm in America. I work, I pay taxes, I'm doing my stuff, I'm working, And I feel very kind of slighted that someone in Jamaica who's doing well. I'm not jealous of no one. I'm just saying somebody in Jamaica is doing well. I'm speaking in the third person because we don't want to use anyone's name and we don't want to use anyone's content. Okay. That somebody in Jamaica who was not a working class, but the poor class, has been elevated. And now the elevation has caused you to turn around and begin to tell off the donors in foreign. I'm speaking in third person. So me as an observer, I'm looking at that and I'm saying, this is not nice. Something has changed here. Where's the sisterhood? Where's the sisterhood? Because most of the people that you're talking about in the third person are women. And these women who adore and love you I hope they realize now that you're talking about them. You're talking about these women that live in foreign, that they ain't shit compared to you. After they done sent you all their money. Rather, their donations. Wow. How the world turns. And then you say that, ones are talking, they speaking negatively. But me as an observer, I can see it, and I'm very intelligent. I'm not one of those people who's one of your people who don't know how to spell, who, when they write a comment, you can clearly see that they're lacking education. You can clearly see by the comments that they do not know vowels. A-E-I-O-U. They don't know the vowels. They don't know how to write in a clear sentence, right? So you can see the mindset of these people. You can see the intelligent level of these people. These people are easily to be fooled and tricked under the sisterhood of the sisterhood. Where is the sisterhood on YouTube that everybody keeps talking about? There's no sisterhood on YouTube or Facebook or anywhere because all of the sisters are tearing down each other under the name of woman empowerment and sisterhood. And when you watch these people, they're tearing down women in their own little way. Be it verbal attacks, be it responding to comments that you don't like or agree with. There's a continuous attack on the sisterhood on social media. And yet we keep talking about having women's empowerment, empowering each other, and the sisterhood. And when you look at these icons, they're doing the same thing, tearing down people who have contributed for their elevation. Tearing them down here in foreign, because now you see that it's not basically the ones in Jamaica, even though there are some in Jamaica contribute and so forth, but most of it is from outside of Jamaica, and these are the ones that's getting the backlash. I wonder how they feel now. I would feel offended. Because it's good, for women to be able to elevate and become successful. It's fantastic. And we should rejoice in it, and we should applaud elevation in the Black woman. We should. But, as we try to keep things positive, on a positive level, and you look towards other women to see if you can get just a little motivation, a little tidbit of something. Something always happens where that person just changes and they're not the same like they were before. Now it becomes a case of the attack. And it's very, it's very sad when you speak of the sisterhood and women's empowerment on social media. There's none. We're all by ourselves trying to do our little thing. Like me, for example, I'm here by my lonesome, doing my little thing, and trying to keep things real by what I observe and what I see on social media amongst us women. And then the message gets convoluted because now who you're looking to has changed. So on a observation level, as an outsider again, you get to see or you get to relate to what you hear others are talking about. You get to observe and see with your own two eyes as an intelligent person what others are talking about. You get to see if what they're talking about if it has any kind of validity to it. And then when you do watch the person who's, the topic of conversation, you get to observe if it's true. Social media is like an encyclopedia. You can go all the way back. Now, you got ones that like to delete videos and so forth and so forth. But you can go all the way to the beginning if they haven't deleted anything. And that's why we here on the National Board of Comments, we're basically going on commentary and keeping those, just in case. Because once you've said it, it can't be taken back, ever. You can say that you didn't say it. You could say that 100 times, but once we have it here on the National Board of Comments, there's no denying it. None, because we're not deleting anything. I might delete, videos that I think, is like, let me delete this video. But when it comes to the dockets, those are real comments, real time, real life comments that cannot be taken back, coming from the actual person. Mm-hmm. coming from the actual person. And sometimes when you say things on social media, sometimes you don't remember, or you pretend that you don't remember saying it. Or you deny that you said that. And sometimes because you're so hyped on social media that, things do slip out of your mouth. Words will slip out of your mouth. And if we catch them on the National Board of Comments, it's a wrap. And there's nothing anyone can do about it because we're not using your content, we're listening to what's coming out of your mouth. And we're reading the comments and we're listening to a commentary on the National Board of Comments on I'm a Rasta for life. Have a pleasant Sunday.